Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are returning to the iRacing AI JKR Road to the Top of Pro. I don't know what to call this series. Should be good fun. Today is race number 3 of the Mazda Cup season at Mid-Ohio. So, if you haven't already, go back, watch if you choose, the Formula V season and the Spec Racer Ford season that came immediately before this season. And if you enjoy those, you can go back and watch, let's see, Daytona was the first one, and the second one was Lime Rock, the first 2 races of this series. This is race number 3. So if you enjoy those, make sure you go back and check those out and then come back and watch this. If you enjoyed this video today, drop a like on this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any action from this series, any future series, or anything else I may post on here. Also, as a disclaimer, as always, if I have mic issues, I apologize. It's not something I can easily or quickly fix at this time. So it's kind of what we got is what we got, unfortunately. So we're going to skip straight ahead here to qualifying and get ready to rock and roll. As usual, 1 lap of qualifying, we'll have here a 20-minute race. So pretty quick little clubby-ish style stuff. I know the real life Mazda Cup races are like an hour, but that would take way too long. So we're not doing that because I'm in charge and I can do what I want. Hee hee. Okay. So everything should be nice and warmed up. I was just doing some setup building this morning. So we should be, I keep forgetting this is sequential. You don't need to lift, Justin. So we will see what we've got here. I am not super familiar with Mid-Ohio and these type of cars. I don't think I've ever raced Pontiac here. I've raced Xfinity and stuff here and sports cars plenty of times. I'm not sure I've ever raced like PCC or something here. I'm not sure that. Maybe I was here in the Jetta once. Maybe Grand Touring Cup way back in the day came here, but that's totally different beast to this. So we're just gonna wing it. We'll go with it. Should be a little bit of a follow the leader track. This is a very narrow track, and the second chunk of the track here is notorious for being difficult to pass on, especially in equal cars and momentum cars such as this. So we'll see how that plays out as we miss the apex by a country mile. Hopefully we can just start up in the top 5 and learn and follow some people. I've said that the previous 2 races though, so. Yeah, it's not that I don't know the track. I know the track very well. I don't know the track in this car. Which is fine. Makes it more fun. Too much curb there, just a little bit. And we'll come to start our flying lap. Brake marker for turn 1 and 2. We're not going to have a gauge on because of our out lap. Just there. Good enough. Throw it in turn 1 easy. Use all the track or most of it. It'll be fine regardless. Alright, so that was okay. Just gonna kind of go with similar brake zones, aim at those orange cones. Similar brake zones to what we had on our out lap, I guess, because we made it, so. A little bit deeper in here this time. A little more confidence. I think we should have lap times around 1 minute 40 or so. I don't know exactly. Obviously, didn't run the practice. This car is obviously significantly slower in a straight line than the NASCAR Xfinity Series. They usually run high 20s, low 30s. The corner should be fairly impressive. So we'd guess around 140, maybe 145. I don't know, but we'll see. It's felt like an okay lap, solid. We made it around cleanly, so that's all you can really hope for. Whatever the result is, we'll take it. So cross the line for our flying lap, 39.25. My guess was pretty solid. Figured we'd be around 140. Obviously, we are not P1 as of right now, so let's see how we're chalking in. Oh, we're in the ballpark. Junior has been competitive in the first 2 races, and he was about 2/10 quicker than us, so that's okay. Brent Foster, don't even remember seeing him in the previous race, so maybe I'm crazy. But we're in the ballpark for sure, and with the toe and tire heat and stuff like that, we should be okay. So I'm encouraged by that. I thought we were going to be out to lunch, but we're actually doing okay. So we'll move on for the race. Make sure that this recording stream thing is still working correctly. Awesome. All right, and here we go. 20 minutes. This will probably be, I don't know, do some math for me, people, about 14 laps, give or take. 15 laps. Guess we'll see how traffic and stuff comes into it. I would guess about 14, 15 laps would be my guess there on very poor math, but that's probably not accurate. Now, let's see. Minute 40 times 2 is 320. So 5 minutes for 3 laps. So 12 laps, 12, 13 laps, I guess. Is that what we're saying? 12, 13 laps? I went the wrong way with my minute timer. Of course, the green comes out here in a terrible place, so I do like the short pace laps, so that's helpful. So well, they changed just a little bit where the green comes out. That's pretty nice. We're going to get a great start there, actually. Clear Brent Foster for second. We're going to jump right out here and try to go around Junior. I feel like a lot of the time we lost was potentially in turn 1 there. I didn't know how aggressively to handle that, but we're going to sweep right around the outside of Junior and get the lead right off the bat. So that was a great start. Weird start procedure there opened up that line for us to take on the outside of the final corner and get around Junior heading to turn 1. Okay, well, job 1 done. Get the lead, success. And now this is gonna be really the big draft zone. This front straightaway is okay. Off turn 1 down to the keyhole is okay. But this is really where, if you're going to suck up on someone to make a pass, this is where you want to do it, especially with heavy brake zones. So able to hold on that time, though. For all I know, these cars don't have the momentum to get a big suck like they would Daytona. Straightaway's long, but it's not that long. So, of course, like I said, this section of the track is going to kind of be follow the leader. It wouldn't surprise me at all now that I've had a handful of laps, 2 laps or whatever here on this track, that I immediately found like a second of pace. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. I've been known to do such things. So if we just drive away and it's no contest, then it is what it is. That would be okay. I wouldn't mind just having a nice sunset cruise here for a little while and putting down some good laps. That would be okay with me. As I've mentioned in previous 2 videos of this car, not that I have anything against the Formula V, although it's not my favorite car by any means, and I don't really hate the Spec Racer Ford. I do enjoy it. This type of car, this style of car, full body, fenders, you know, in the sense of the word, maybe that's my alliance to the PCC, but I enjoy this much more. I really feel comfortable and at home and trust this car with what I'm trying to do with it versus, you know, something light and twerky and something like that. So something a little bit off the norm is what the Spec Racer Ford and Formula V I would describe. So, well, we've pulled a decent gap to everybody except Junior, 3 seconds. He's still hanging about 1 second back. Definitely going to get some tow off of the back of my car here down the straightaway. For the most part, everybody else has been trying a little bit. More hiccups from me, I apologize. There we go. It's nice of Junior to drop down from his broadcasting role and kind of join us here in this Mazda Cup Series. That was very nice of him. Got a little bit too squirrely there. I had to actually gas up on the way into the corner. That was very strange. Just over-rotated just slightly. I'll bet you this will be a blast to drive in real life. Obviously, I've been to Road America many, many times and seen these cars race a couple of times, and they're quite the sight to see. So they sound like little Hornets, obviously. Yeah, see, there we go. We found 0.7 of a second from Q already. So Going well so far. Go get the nose in there. Made up about 0.8 of a second or so that lap on Junior, so that was good. He ran 39 dead in Q. He ran 39.25, I believe, so. And this car, you can slide it a little bit. Obviously, sliding is not the fastest way around any track, basically, as we miss everything there, sliding the front tires, but you can slide a little bit and be okay. You can push the car. You don't want to be sliding all over the place, four-wheel drift, but you can attack a little bit and make time. So this car's perfectly happy to do that, which is very fun. Not always the fastest way around the track, but is entertaining. And it feels controllable too. It's not like when you slide Pontiac, which is supposed to be so stuck to the ground and heavy and like a pig, that you slide that car and you go, oh, this a little bit of counter steer, a little bit of brake, throttle, whatever, and then you're good. 38.1, so we've already picked a second from where we were in Q. That's good. I did learn the track very well. I know the car very well, but not together. I pick up on that very quickly. It's I'm not one that's a slow learner of tracks. I might be slow to find ultimate speed, but I mean, general brake zones, shift points, things like that. I guess it comes from a lot of seat time just in general, but that kind of stuff comes pretty easily to me at this point. Three seconds now, so yeah, we're about 8, 9 or so tenths a lap quicker than what Junior's at right now, so it's definitely good. I think we probably could break into 37s, but I've gotten myself in trouble in this series, or not this series, but in this tournament championship type thing of all the series that we're doing. I've gotten myself in trouble chasing lap time for the Formula V and in the spec racer, so we're not going to do it too much. If we get a chance at a good lap and I feel like it's a decent first sector, maybe we'll try it. But this has not been the case. Usually I end up binning it or making a mistake or something silly, so less confidence as well, so I can toss this around a little bit more. Again, there, I wonder about first gear through that last corner, but maybe we'll try it one of these times, see how it goes. 38.1 again, so. Coming up already close to halfway here, about 7 minutes in. Said about 12, 13 laps, we're already done with 4, so. A little bit wide there. Just a touch. I was trying to gas up early. We are going to use first gear. I decided through that second to last corner. And see what kind of, maybe we could even use it through the keyhole there. I don't know exactly what the mile/hour threshold would be. We'll have to look. I guess would be around 55 or lower. Which would include both of those corners, so. At some point, you could shift down, but it's not going to be faster. Felt like a decent lap. Obviously, I botched the entry to backstretch, which is a lot of time you carry if you lose time. But this felt okay. You can tell the front tires are starting to go off a little bit. Yeah, about 55 miles an hour or so. Maybe not the best usage of it that lap there, but. Try one more push lap here since we have a little bit of cloud cover at the moment, and then we'll see. I guess we'll try to use turn 2 here as the first gear corner as well and see how that works. That went okay, much better than the previous attempt was in that second to last corner. So. I just default in general to never using first gear. That's my Pontiac fear, is accidentally going to first gear sometime and killing everything, because that car does not like first gear in any corner. It's second, third, and fourth exclusively every track, or some tracks never even all of those. So minimal shifts in that car. So this car kind of freaks me out in that regard sometimes. Wasn't a great corner there, but it's okay. My tire's definitely starting to go, so this is going to be it for push laps, I think. Getting some big time stuttering again, don't exactly know why. My brother came to visit for this weekend, so that could be a part of it. 38 dead, yeah, so we're not going to be able to push enough, I don't think, to get into. I would just throw in caution to the wind. I could definitely do it. I'm not going to do it with a 6-second lead halfway through a championship season type like this, so good to know if we ever come back. It's doable. We have good pace. I'm liking first gear through here a lot more than the second to last corner, even though they're both doable just fine. I don't know if it's a direction change with the gear shift in the last two corners or what, but I don't feel confident in going down there and having the upshift so quickly while turning the steering wheel. I'm also not sure how beneficial it is, a little bit of a faster corner, at least center speed, not average, than the keyhole is. So. Oh man, just the front tires. Don't do it anymore. They just slide. It's a hot day here, hot track time, so that's definitely part of it. A little bit too wide there. We'll kind of turn in late. A little counter steer over the crest. Not the problem at all. Figured I'd just shut up for a lap there and kind of let everybody watch what I'm doing, how I'm placing the car, etc. So that was a good lap. That was fun. I kind of enjoy just focusing and tossing the car like I would if I wasn't recording this race. You know, just there's nobody here, and I'm not racing with Coy or Dave or Kevin or Spencer or whoever. Steele. I don't I don't talk to myself, I guess. Sometimes I do. I yell at myself a lot. I do the, damn it, Justin, come on, Justin, what are you doing? Or the guys like to give me the whole Justin David, so I do talk to myself when I mess up, but I don't, cheer myself on or anything like that usually. It's more of a negative thing when I make a mistake or expect better of myself in a certain scenario. I was looking the other day at some of the views these things are getting, and they're not the most popular videos on YouTube. I never expected them to be. It's for fun, for my own pleasure to go back and look on in 10 years. Whoever wants to, learn a little bit about iRacing and a myriad of things you can do with AI and different tracks and cars and stuff. This is kind of what this is for fun. But one of the videos, it's one of the spec videos, but it might be a Formula V video, like in the middle of the season. Random, maybe it was Formula V at Jefferson, one of those, but has like 80 or 90 views, and the rest of them all have, between like 4 and 12 views. I didn't really understand how the algorithm works to promote that one video so often, but maybe people were just looking for that, or maybe I shared that one really well and spread the news. So whatever it is, I was very almost mystified by what the heck was going on, but that's okay. So we're probably gonna have 3 laps left here, would be my guess. Definitely gonna get 13 laps, it looks like. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. We'll do more math next lap around. I'm too busy driving to do the math on the corners. So if we're at 5 minutes at start finish, it'll be 3:30. Probably 4 laps left, I guess, if we keep making good pace. 4 laps. I don't think we're going to catch any of this traffic. It is a fairly long track. It's like 3.5 miles. We pulled a great gap here. 8 seconds back to Junior, almost 15 seconds back to the trailer. So Junior's had a nice race in him for himself. There's 6.5 seconds to the rest of the pack from Junior. God, we just cannot get turned in there for whatever reason, like every lap except one. But it's been a pretty spread out race, obviously. We had a nice start, and then that was kind of that. And with the pace we ended up having 38 dead, I expected to find pace and run well. But, when you can get that done right away, it's, nicer than having to follow someone and make a pass, and the case may be, so. Definitely losing corner speed to front end. Not happy. This is a very front end punishing track for essentially any car. A lot of slidey corners, switchbacks, high speed corners, undulations, heavy breakdowns. So this place definitely punishes front tires more than a lot of other tracks. I should say more than, punishes them equally more than other tracks. A place like even Daytona, where you have such high speed on the ovals, compressing the car, minimal downforce, and then you're trying to brake for, like the bus stop turn 1, the kink in the infield section, etc. You have a lot of heavy brake zones, direction changes, high load corner, but a lot of that because the oval section is on one side of the car, depending on how you set up. So this place relatively flat. Obviously, the Mazda doesn't have a lot of aero or downforce or anything, so it's a lot of mechanical grip, but definitely slides a lot, and you use a lot of inputs around here. A lot of gear changes, a lot of braking, a lot of shifting, but it's all good. It makes it fun. It is an enjoyable track. It's grown on me. I remember back in 2016, maybe 17, but I think it was 2016. The first time I came here, Xfinity was running like in real life, right here, and so the iRacing B fixed. This was back when I ran more B fixed, open and late models, and all the open stuff I do now. B fixed was here, and I don't remember the length of the race, maybe like 19 laps, I guess 19, 20, 21, something like that. And I just showed up in the practice. I was like, ooh, that sounds fun. And I bought it because this was about the time I was, I don't know, maybe 2,500 iRating or so, maybe. I jumped from 2,500 to 4,000 in like 6 weeks. So this was right in there in the summer of 2016, I believe. August, whenever the race was. And I just showed up, didn't know the track at all, didn't know brake zones, anything. I spent like 2 hours in the practice, and I ended up with someone that was like a pro at the time or something. I don't remember exactly who it was. Someone that was way better than me. And then eventually I found Cal Whatmore. And in the race, he just whooped me, obviously, but he provided a lot of good tips for me and helped me out. And I went from running like I said, the Xfinity cars were at the time like maybe 1 minute 30 or so around here. Fast guys in the high 20s. I'm usually high 20s now, and it's gotten a little faster. So a fast lap might be a 26 or a 27, and I'm usually at a 27 or a 28. So, but anyways, I digress. Out at level 150. I couldn't get around here without flying off the track, missing brake zones, sliding the car, dropping a wheel. And it was brutal. It also made me realize, okay, you got to be patient. I learned a lot about patience, and picking up little tips and tricks and not making mistakes is more important, especially on a track like this, than just having lightning speed. You can win as poles as you want, but if you pick up 10 breaking out, you're probably not going to win versus the guy that just shows out and does this thing. So it's growing on me. I really enjoy it, and it's a track I use very often. I don't race here. I don't really target be fixed or be open here anymore, but it's an enjoyable track, and I enjoy visiting it every once in a while. Final lap here, tires are just brutal. Having to come out of it almost every corner to reset the nose. 10-second lead. Not going to catch any of the traffic ahead of us. 14 seconds up the road. And a great event, great start. Got out front early. Did a little bit of creative driving on the start and into turn 1. We just barely apparently made it past the timing for this extra lap, which is fine. A little bit of a longer video, a little bit more of a gap of victory if we can hang on. So, that would record books, I should say. So, got in there actually really well. It's been a pretty easy drive, and those of you that have watched the first 2 videos of this series, Daytona definitely was not an easy drive. We definitely had to fight for that one with traffic. Perhaps you get at Daytona. Not as crazy as real life, but crazy nonetheless. And Lime Rock was a little bit more straightforward, a little chaotic with the way that traffic works on the short track like that. But this has been a pretty basic drive. We've had a nice race here today, and one more corner, I guess technically 2 more corners, we're going to pick up another victory. So you like to see it, you enjoy it, you cherish every single one. So great start to the season. We got 9 races here, 3 races in, and we're going to pick up victory number 3 today. Go around, do a nice cool down lap. Of course, this car is terrible at burnouts. We've experienced that many times. The Pontiac, you can just park it against the wall and floor it if you really want to do a burnout, but it doesn't work so well in this car with the way the diff is set up and stuff, so it's alright. I need a snack. I don't know why I got super hungry, but come around and pit and make sure that the results go official and everything, and then we'll kind of preview the next couple races. I haven't remembered to do that after Lime Rock, at least. I think at Daytona I looked at the upcoming schedule, but now that we're 3 races in, we'll look at what's coming up, and I'll still try to get these out every couple of days. Different announcements that some of you may know about, they're in my Discord, but different things are preventing this from being an everyday thing, but I'll try my best to stay on top of some of these races as we go here. There we go. Over the hill one more time. And we'll come on into the pit lane. Everybody finishing up there. Looks like there was some kind of issue. Tom might have been in like the last corner. I think he did. Caused him to fall all the way down the field. Yeah, there's Tom. So wasn't going to be last, but he's going to end up being last as I drop a wheel there on pit entry. All the way down to the end of pit road, we won by, what, about 11 seconds? 10.7 seconds. So great event for us. Started 3rd, first non-pole of the season. We won pole for the first 2 events, but we were in the ballpark here today and able to grab a nice victory. So that's always good to see. Track temp was 110. That explains the sliding Front tires, 96 on the right front, 89 on the left front. That'll do it as well. So definitely we burned through them. We used all we were allocated there, so that's okay. That's a wrong tab, Justin. All right. Yep. Win hat trick. I guess that means we've won 3 in a row. I think that's yeah. Number 199. My numbers are 4 and 199. Those that I've known for a while, so we're not changing my lucky number. But if we get to 199 wins, that would be great. So great drive for Dale Jr. We're not going to make up hardly any points on him. He's run second, I think, in all 3 races. So 6 events left, 3 down. We're a third of the way through the season, and so far we're looking pretty good. We'll check out the season standings here. Yeah, Junior still 3 points behind. He's finished second in every single race. We've led 40 of the 43 laps. Junior led the other 3 at Daytona. Nate's back 14 points back, tied with Christopher Bell and Greg West. So we've created a little bit of a gap between the 2 of us. So next up will be my home track, actually, Road America. That should be fun. Another big draft track with like 3 long straightaways there. So that's going to be a little bit more like Daytona and heavy brake zones, things like that. But this car usually gets around there pretty well, so that should be fun. Road Atlanta, of course. Then we go back to Sebring Club, which was featured on the Spec Racer Ford season. Such a great event there. Summit Point Short was also on the Spec Racer Ford season. Always love any Summit Point version, but that should be a good one. And then Watkins Glen, where we haven't visited before, the classic version. So no boot and no bus stop. So going to be, again, high speed, big drafts, chucking it off into the carousel there at the end of the back straightaway and getting big toes. So we have a big theme going on here of draft tracks. And then we wrap up the season over on the West Coast in California at Laguna Seca. So that's what's coming up in the next couple episodes. Hopefully get those up sooner rather than later. Probably try to space them out by a couple days each, but we'll try to get a little bit ahead of the curve. As always, if you enjoyed this, make sure, like I said, you drop a like and a subscribe so you don't miss any of the content here from this video and this channel. And until next time, bye.